Hi everyone, welcome TGIF, another Friday, another episode. This Friday appears to be the last Friday of this calendar year, and I thought it's best we surface some of the common themes that we observed as a team when we hosted customers at the tech center. In fact, in the last 12 months, we hosted close to 400 customers, and most of the observation I'm going to share right now is agnostic of industry and very generic in nature. So let's get going with the top 10 that we observed as individuals working in the tech center. So let's get started. So most of the observations came our way from customers who thought and planned for what next. So 10 observations across 3 different buckets. Bucket number 1 is basically we should have done it yesterday. Bucket 2 is here and now, and bucket 3 is a bit of forward looking. So let's get going with bucket number 1. First observation, undoubtedly data and the move towards data lake construction. So in fact, the common theme across most of the engagements is data lake being pursued to the next big deal for customers in terms of creating single version of truth. So hence, data lake and the need for that has become a priority for most customers. Number 2, move from descriptive to predictive statistics. In fact, most of the customers before pandemic, I think there was an urgency to do AI, and hit pandemic in the last 12 months, most of the work has gone into making sure the data assets in place, they can do descriptive well and move towards predictive statistics. That's number 2. Number 3, application modernization, considering latest architecture patterns. I think microservices, Kubernetes, etc., those have become a foundation element of how enterprise are reimagining application portfolio. Of course, the low code, no code as a design theme is part and parcel of app modernization. That's number 3. And number 4, which is under bucket number 1, is undoubtedly the multi-environment setup. Most of the customers who came in, they came with us saying, you know what, my infrastructure is spread across multiple environments, be it public cloud, private cloud, other clouds, or edge infrastructure, right? So making sure what the build is meaningfully managed and deployed across multiple environments has become a dire need. So all of the 4 that I spoke so far qualifies under bucket 1, which is we should have done it yesterday, right? That's number 1. Bucket number 2, again 4 observations. Number 1, consider the fact that a lot of firms are looking at return to work and having employees come back to workplaces, or some may choose to work from home. How do we ensure we modernize infrastructure to bring in modern and inclusive meeting experience? So this is where the power of Microsoft Teams room experiences became so critical as we hosted customers and took them through art of the possible in reimagining their workplaces. That's number 5. Number 6, digital twins. I think it's been there for a while now, but with IoT, with edge computing coming into perspective, I think there was a lot more requirement to create a twin equivalent of a physical asset so that they can monitor from wherever they are. So digital twin in a 2D and a 3D became an essential component of how they're looking at the business to thrive in the modern world. Number 7, edge computing. In fact, with 5G on the corner and connectivity as an element is being addressed right now, I think edge computing, and more than edge computing, edge inferencing has become a need, and that's something which most of the manufacturing, retail, and healthcare customers are looking at. How do they bring in inferencing capability closer to data? That's something which has been asked as well. Number 8, AR, VR, MR, which is augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. And this ask came our way saying, hey, educate us in terms of how we can bring these devices to amplify end user experience when it comes to training, simulation, remote assistance, and dominantly, I would say, visualization in the context of space. I think that's something which has been asked, and the ask came away saying, educate us so that we can probably apply this into our business. Those are the 4 under bucket 2, which is yes, here and now. Moving on to a bit of futuristic, bucket number 3, number 9th observation, sustainability. In fact, in India, considering the regulatory guidelines, top 1,000 companies with market cap has to file the ESG non-financial disclosures as of FY23. That becomes front and center to most organizations to work towards sustainability. Social governance is the key thematic. So ESG broadly put together. So in that context, when they actually build solutions, how can they embrace green software practices which will make them move towards a more sustainable operation? That's been the ask. In terms of educate us, we're doing already, but tell us more in terms of how best we can walk this trail. And number 10, again, this is under bucket 3, 10th observation, metaverse. No discussion has gone without we talking metaverse in the last 10 months. So a lot of discussions happened in the context of educate us so that we can plan better to realize use cases that matter most to businesses in the foreseeable future. Of course, metaverse is still in the creation. It's going to take some time before it becomes reality. But of course, the point is, how can we prepare when time comes? We're right there. So these are the top 10 observations from our end across 3 different buckets. Let me summarize once again. Number 1, data lake construction. Number 2, move towards predictive statistics. Number 3, application modernization. Number 4, multi-environment setup. Right? These 4 qualify under bucket 1, which is I should have done it yesterday. Bucket number 2, 5th observation, modern inclusive meeting experiences. Number 6, digital twins. Number 7, edge computing. Number 8, I would say end-user experience in terms of AR, VR, MR coming to the perspective. That's bucket 2, which is here and now. So bucket number 3, forward-looking. Observation number 9, sustainability. Number 10, metaverse. So these were the top 10 observations from our end as we hosted customers at the Tech Center in the last 12 months. I hope this was informative, and most of these themes will move into the next calendar year also as tech is evolving and emerging with time. So with that, thank you so much for watching this episode today. Have a wonderful Friday. Keep watching TGIF. Have a great weekend ahead, and wishing you all a very happy and a prosperous new year ahead. Bye-bye.